everybody? Good? Everybody accounted for? No kids missing? Arms and legs still where you put them?
Right now.
So far, so good. Gotta watch her sometimes. Alright, well, welcome to Alligator Alley, folks. My name's Wes. I'll be feeding alligators for you. Got my wonderful support staff over here. We've got Charlie with the beat down stick. We've got Gayla with her foot on the getaway cart, so most of our bases are covered. In the event an alligator grabs me and drags me into the water, you'll see Charlie go in first, followed by Gayla. You have two choices at that point: jump in, help them out, or start filming. I mean, either way, it's going to make it on YouTube, so somebody might as well make money off of it, right? All right, I'm going to start ringing the bell and see what we can get cracking. They kind of know what time it is, but it never hurts to give them a heads up. If an alligator does sneak up behind me, which is rare because I can usually tell what's going on, but in the event that happens, if you just want to say, hey, Wes, by the way, there's an alligator right behind you, I will appreciate that a lot. Please refrain from screaming, dear Lord, it's going to eat you. Totally kill my concentration. All right. There we go. I really don't like her that much. I do pick favorites, I'm sorry. That's a very high-tech alligator call. You can get one for about $18 at Walmart right now. Or Target or other major retailers. Come on, everybody, wake up. Come on. They're taking their own sweet time today. Can't say I blame them. Come on, old yeller. Somebody jump in and give him a push. Come on. We'll get Buckwheat up here. Come on, Buckwheat. Buckwheat's named after my favorite little rascal. Come on. All right. You know, I'm really hoping all 201 don't show up at the same time, but if they do, we'll just cross that bridge when we get to it. I do. It's behind the fence up there. Well, usually if they don't eat, we just hold up a picture of Nancy Pelosi, but I don't think I'm going to have to do that today. Alligators are excellent judges of character. Yeah, feedings have been actually been pretty calm today, so. And sometimes if a 1 o'clock feeding is really hectic, I mean, we'll take out whole stuff and feed a lot of carcasses, but today it's been mainly, females, smaller males, the occasional, 10, 11 foot guy, so things have been pretty calm. There you go, sweetie. Now, every alligator that you see on this side of the fence, folks, is actually a wild-caught animal. Our alligators are referred to as nuisance alligators. That is basically an animal that has been removed from the place that he has been living because of being determined to be a threat. Now, some of these guys and girls came from where they were hanging around swimming areas, boat launches, places like that. Those are called threats to people. Some of these alligators came from areas where they borrowed something like livestock from someone and forgot to return it. Those are threats to property. We have some alligators that thought your household pet was the coolest thing in the world. Unfortunately, those alligators we just referred to as Labrador Retriever retrievers. Hey, old devil, how are you? You in a good mood or a bad mood? Good mood? Open up wide, open up. Both you guys are being a little bashful. Hey, Chili Dog. Chili Dog is here because he ate a nice Lady Jack Russell Terrier. Ooh. Ladies, it's not a good idea to take your dog down to the local river and show him what alligators look like. Bad idea. The funny thing about Chili Dog is he came from a neighborhood on the other side of Mobile. It was such a rough place to grow up that this alligator carries a pocket knife. True story. Hey, Chili, you in a good mood today? He says, I'm in a great mood. Open up wide. It wouldn't take a big alligator like Chili Dog to ruin your day. I mean, Chili Dog, he's about 11 and a half feet. But small alligators, and, most of what I have on the bank with me at the moment, I would consider small. I mean, this cute little girl, just right here at my feet. Hey, sweetie, how are you? She's about 6.5 feet long. She'll weigh 85 or 90 pounds on a good day. Now, granted, if she found herself on Swamp People, she's 12 feet, 1,000 pounds. Don't get me started. But at 6 to 7 feet, actual bite force, on an alligator that size is going to be 400 to 500 pounds, which, I mean, it's not that much weight, and most of you fellas probably work out that, don't you? Are we girls, tough girls, anybody? But, arms and legs on people break at about 450. So if a 6 to 7 foot alligator bites you, you could have what I call technical difficulties. If a big alligator, which, we'll get some big guys up in just a second. They're just being kind of bashful. But, buckwheat's about 9 feet, so he's not quite big, but he's working on it. But at around 10 feet, the bite makes a tremendous leap. Come on, buckwheat. What I mean by tremendous leap is average bite on a 10-foot alligator is about 1,800 to 2,000 pounds. Now, the good news, we're going to break out some Fred Flintstone ribs. Lovely old beef ribs. The good news is, if an alligator 10, 11, 12 feet happens to bite you, the way they're designed, they can only hold that 2,000 pounds on you for about a 20-minute max. So if you have an hour to kill, you'll be fine. Eat your beef ribs. Good boy, buckwheat. All right, go back in the water. Go. Watch out, Arnold. Yep. She's going to chase him, and she only wants half. Run, Forrest! The reason that alligators are possessed with such a tremendous bite force, and being that Shark Week is just ended up, we'll do a little comparison. If you took just like a white shark, for instance, he's weighing 2,000 pounds, 15, 16 feet long. That white shark's going to bite about 500 pounds max. That's it. The reason they don't need much bite force is, their teeth are, it's basically two steak knives feeding on top of each other, so they can actually cut and tear and take a bite-sized chunk very easy. An alligator, because their teeth are very dull, they need that bite force to be able to puncture things like. Anybody ever have an ex-girlfriend named Cindy? You'll know what I'm talking about. That's why we call her Cindy. But the alligators, again, their teeth are very dull, so they need that tremendous bite force to be able to puncture turtle shells, beaver hides, otters, deer, pigs. The only problem is, because their teeth are actually very dull, they have no ability to chew, so everything they eat, come on, RJ, they swallow full or intact. Inside of their stomach, though, this is RJ. RJ, how are you? They produce enough hydrochloric acid, so if RJ over there ate something, like a turtle or an otter or a beaver, he has enough hydrochloric acid in his stomach that he will digest entire bones, feathers, teeth, hair. There's really nothing that he would eat that he would not digest. But for some reason, he has trouble digesting like Nikes and Reeboks, but these new Crocs go right on through. Vast majority of girls this afternoon. We only have a couple of fellas on the bank. Most everything on the bank at the moment are females, which is kind of odd for a 4 o'clock feeding, but so far so good. As far as alligators are concerned, ladies, unfortunately for you, you look identical to the fellas. Which, just about all crocodilian species, there's no external difference between males or females, so just by looking at an alligator, I can tell you, that's a female, that's a male, that's a male, female, female, male, female, 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 female. Now, I can tell the difference because I know my alligators, but typically you can't tell the difference just because they look the same. However, females will not get as big. Oh, we'll get a big guy. Come on, J-Dub, you can do it. Come on, J-Dub. You can really do it. All right. But again, alligators, females 10 feet and above, it's rare if it happens, but never 11 feet. So, J-Dub here's 11 and a half feet. So a female would never get this big. Now, because you don't get as big, ladies, the good news is you make up for it in what I call temperament and attitude. A good example of temperament and attitude is actually the alligator that's hanging around over there in the corner behind J-Dub. She has such a wonderful personality and temperament, we call her Nancy. Good news is Hillary didn't show up this feeding. Alright, I'm going to move down here a little bit. Fetch. Anytime things get really hectic out here, I throw a bunch of pieces. It makes it like Mardi Gras, except safer. Fetch. Alright, we're going to see if we can get I want a real good bite pop out of J-Dub down here. He'll give us a good slammer in just a second. Alright, J-Dub, are you ready? He says, bring it. Alright. I'll put my stick down. He gets scared when I bring the stick out. Come on, J-Dub. You know, you look at him on land, he doesn't look that fast, but believe it or not, if J-Dub wanted to, this alligator could run 23, 24 miles per hour. Now, the difference, ooh, hear that rib over there cracking?
Good Lord.
Well, that doesn't make your fingers hurt. But as fast as he is, his speed is not for catching things on land. Yeah, his speed is designed for getting away from something on land. And he's an aquatic predator. He knows that every animal on the planet needs water. If he just sits and hangs out, eventually good things will happen. The reason he can do that, J Dub, is because A, that's just cool. I love that. Yeah, he doesn't have to eat every day. I mean, J Dub would be perfectly fine eating one meal a month. Now, what he could do, on J Dub heel, is he could eat something really large. He could eat a creature that was about a fifth of his overall body weight. So, and J Dub's 11 and a half feet, and he probably weighs, okay, he's 11 feet 7 inches. You don't want to know what he just called me. But you know, he could eat something that weighed a fifth of what he did. I mean, J Dub, we'll give him 400 pounds. I'm probably shooting it a little bit low, but if he ate something, 80 pounds, it would fit in his stomach. He probably wouldn't eat for an entire year. On the other side, if he maybe didn't get a lot to eat, things weren't happening, maybe life just wasn't fair, he could actually go, full 18 months without any food whatsoever. So again, alligators can survive floods, famines, droughts, just about anything. I point my rib at you. I'm sorry, I talk with my hands. Come on, J-Dub, I got a rib for you. You've been a good boy today. Open up wide. Yep. And you can't tell by looking at him, but he does have a true love for children. Specifically in the 60-pound range. Now we get another big guy coming up. Come on, Frank. Everybody's starting to show up now. They're like, wait a minute, we heard bones cracking. They're like, we thought it was popsicles and hot dog day. We didn't know we were getting ribs. Let's see, we'll give Frank a rib. So sweet. Let's see. We'll give George. There you go, Georgie. Good boy. Yeah, you'll notice they whenever they're eating, they'll pick their head up, lift it up off the ground. You and I can drink a glass of milk and stand on our head. Our esophagus will work that whatever's down our stomach. But the way these guys eat, gravity is the only thing that is going to get that rib down to his stomach. So that's why you'll notice they put that head up in the air, just trying to let gravity work its way on down. All right, I'm getting low on food. So usually when I run low on food, I run out of here. Even if this does get hectic again, it's safer than teaching school. Hey, Crazy Leg. Crazy Leg's she's one of our sweet old girls. I say old girls because maximum age, alligators live about 50 years. 50 years. It's even stretching it a little bit, but Crazy Legs, I'd say, is probably in her maybe late 30s, early 40s. So, again, she's a pretty old girl in the alligator world. Why are you all huffing and puffing over here? Hey, Frank, are you ready to open up wide, Frank? Good boy. All right, if we can get 2 more alligators in the water, we're going to have Charlie reenact an old James Bond movie, and he's going to run across their back and make it to the other side. Who wants to see Charlie do that? All right, Charlie, go ahead. And he can actually run through the rain and never get wet. He's fast. All right, got a few more pieces here. Then we're going to do something real exciting. Can everybody swim? Just checking. If you can't swim, don't raise your hand. You're volunteering. All right. A couple more pieces. There you go, Nancy. So where's everybody from? What far corners of the world do we have represented today?
Reno, Nevada.
All right. Welcome to America. We're glad to have you. San Diego. All right. War Eagle. Best 6 years of my life. I'd go back, but there's nothing else for me to take. Next time you come from Nevada, just bring Harry Reid with you. I've got a spot for it.
Will do.
Right down in the back. Don't worry, they're bipartisan eaters. They'll eat everybody. There you go, buddy. All right. Now, believe it or not, though, this is actually where the U.S. Olympic swim team trains. And you let me fill your Speedos up for this, guess how fast you can swim. This is called a motivating factor. All right, George, get in the water. Go. Take your rib. Get out of here. You didn't want your rib. Go. Get on. Who wants the rib? Oh, we have Doral. We get one last bite pop, then we're going to give Doral a juicy rib. Hey, Doral. Good boy. He's like an 11-foot, 500-pound dog. And in the mouth. All right, now. In just a sec, folks, right behind me. Oh, hey, this is Big Easy. What's up, Easy? To my left over here, that gentleman sitting at the table over there is Bob. Bob's over there holding an alligator. Well, we'll get a true whopper on the bank. Now, this is Big Easy. Come on, Easy. Loves kids, too. But, yeah, Bob's over there holding an alligator. The reason Bob's holding an alligator is because I think it is very important for people to see what a real live alligator feels like. And the cool thing, that 2-year-old alligator feels exactly the same as if you were rubbing and petting on Big Easy over here. The only difference, come on, Easy, is that 2-year-old alligator over there is very easy to hold, poses no threat whatsoever. Big Easy says he'll be more than happy to hold on to you. But yeah, Easy, that's an old guy. I mean, he is in his twilight years as far as alligators are concerned. But cool alligator. Highly trained too. Watch this. Stay. Boy. He's just waiting. Pink's his favorite color. All right. Well, folks, y'all take the time, run grab one of those alligators from Bob. It looks like we may get really wet here shortly. So the further you go towards the swamp, the bigger the alligators get. So I would highly recommend, if you haven't been to the swamp yet, go ahead and head that way, because, again, I think we've got this big storm that just came across Mobile Bay that's going to get us here shortly. So, again, it'll take you about 5 minutes to get to the swamp, truck through there, and then we'll be sitting there holding that alligator the whole time.